kicked off the week with a pretty damn good episode of Monday Night Raw.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
And I do believe the midweek kept up the momentum pretty damn well.
It did!
So let's go ahead and talk about that because this is the midweek wrap-up.
It is!
And we started main event.
We did!
As always. We started with the U.S. champion Kalisto making his way to the ring because he'd be facing the self-proclaimed leader of the Social Outcasts, the Crimson Werewolf himself, Heath Slater. Bo Dallas would call him Sugarface, and that was him being
Kalisto,
mean.
Sugarface.
Yes, that was Bo Dallas being mean because Bo Dallas can't be mean.
He's bad at it.
He's too nice of a guy. He can't say anything bad. So this led into Heath Slater versus Kalisto, a great opening match. Yeah. These two killed it. It was good to see Heath Slater be able to show what he can do and not just be fed to someone like Ryback.
Who hasn't been seen since WrestleMania?
Thank God. Let's hope he's not on SmackDown.
Fingers crossed.
No, a fantastic match. You know, some premature celebrating by the Social Outcast with a bow train that Kalisto ended up drop kicking Heath Slater. I think King said he kicked him in the caboose because Heath Slater was in the back of the bow train. Still funny though, and lots of good interference from the rest of the Social Outcast, which ultimately helped Kalisto because while Bo Dallas was distracting the referee, Curtis Axel jumped up on the other side, and Kalisto used the ropes and Curtis Axel to run up and deliver the Salina del Sol to Heath Slater, and Kalisto picked up the win.
Yeah.
And the Social Outcasts were none too happy about this outcome.
And they were starting to blame each other.
Yeah, they were getting real aggressive, and once again, you know, everyone's yelling, everyone's being mean, and the one person that can't be mean is Bo Dallas. And they were really flipping his omelet.
They were.
And he didn't appreciate that because they're a team.
And it was not a Denver omelet either.
No, it was a San Diego omelet.
San Diego, Bay Area omelet. Bay shrimp and Swiss cheese with hollandaise sauce.
Now I'm hungry, thanks.
Welcome.
But no, he said
they serve that at TikTok.
Oh, well, we're going there sometime. He said they need to focus the anger and the aggression on whoever wants to come out and step up to the Social Outcasts. Doesn't matter who it is, so they welcome any challengers, and it happens to be
John Cena!
Apollo Crews.
Oh, Apollo Crews
yes,
is what I meant.
It was Apollo Crews, and he'd come out for a one-on-one match against Mr. Nice himself, Bo Dallas. This
Smiley Devon Lashley.
Really?
Yep.
All right. This one wasn't nearly as lengthy as the Heath Slater versus Kalisto, but it had a funny.
It didn't need to be.
It had a funny spot where Bo was hitting the crossfaces on Apollo while he was over the second rope, and as the referee was trying to back Bo up, both Curtis Axel and Adam Rose got up on the apron and both went for a double boot, and the ref caught them, and so he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And so then Curtis Axel put his foot up on the ropes like he was stretching, and Adam Rose started cleaning off Curtis Axel's boot.
His boots.
And so ultimately, all three outside members of the Social Outcasts get ejected, and Bo Dallas eventually falls victim to the Enziguri and the Cruise Control Toss Powerbomb. Good match, though. And then we have another awesome match. Follow up the main event of main event. We have Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler.
This is a match we've seen quite a few times.
But they're so good at making it entertaining.
It's good because these guys have a combination of, both these guys have very big move arsenals. Mm-hmm. And so it's just sort of we know we've seen them wrestle so many times. So it's they're trying to come up with how many different combinations they can put their moves together.
And they come up with great combinations all the time. Plus, we talked about how the aggressiveness of Owens and the way Ziggler sells always really amps the matchup a lot. Ziggler delivering just awesome his big stall DDTs. Owens hitting the cannonball in the corner, and all kinds of lots of super kicks in this match too. A lot of back and forth stuff between the guys. Kevin Owens calling himself the headlock master, and complaining to King when he didn't get a 3 count, which I like the fact that King kind of interacted. The fact that he's playing the heel commentator was fun. But Owens would try a couple times to go for the pop-up powerbomb, none of which worked. The second time, Ziggler is able to jump over and then goes for a roll-up, and Owens kicks out, and then as Ziggler is running back at him to do some sort of move, maybe a famouser, I'm not sure, he ends up getting caught with a pop-up powerbomb, and Kevin Owens picks up the win.
Third time's a charm.
Yes. Then we move on to NXT. We open up with General Manager William Regal.
Yeah, Commissioner Regal's been retired from.
That was like
2000,
14 years ago. Yeah, 2001, 2002. Wow. Yeah, long fucking time ago.
That was
right. He was the commissioner at WrestleMania 17. That's why him and Jericho had the Intercontinental title match.
I mean, I'm only in my 20s, but that makes me feel old.
Yeah. And I'm older than you. How do you think I feel?
1 year older than me.
Yeah. So we had William Regal make the following matches. We had he announces that Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano will take on the Vaudevillains. Bayley will be in action for the first time since losing the Women's Championship to Asuka, and Shinsuke Nakamura will make his NXT TV debut.
Yeah. And he also predetermined that this was going to be an amazing show.
Yes. And it kind of was.
It was good.
We opened up with Austin Aries taking on Angelo Dawkins, which was an interesting matchup.
Yeah, the Curse of Greatness.
Yeah, that's an interesting moniker to give yourself. If it works for you, awesome. I like Angelo Dawkins. He's good in the ring.
Yeah.
And
it's interesting seeing him go one-on-one because he spent so much of his NXT TV time always being in tag teams.
Yeah, he has these things where he'll be a tag team and then a singles guy, and then he'll be a tag team and then a singles guy. He's kind of gone back and forth because for a while he was the singles guy and he came out with the backpack and the hat
his
and the glasses
initial gimmick with all the
different accessories that he had.
On.
And then it was just after that he started teaming with Sawyer Fulton, and then they were a tag team for a while. And now him and Sawyer Fulton are broken up, and now he's a singles guy again.
Yeah, they had him with somebody else for a minute.
Oh, they did. I don't remember who that was. Anyway.
Some guy that wasn't important, apparently.
No, despite how good he is in the ring, he is in the ring with the greatest man who ever lived, Austin Aries. And Austin Aries shows him that he's the greatest man that ever lived by beating him with a roaring elbow, hitting him right in the freaking face. And Austin Aries is still undefeated in NXT with a whopping 2 matches.
How about that?
We have an interview with Samoa Joe. Dasha asking him, what's next since you didn't beat Finn Balor for the championship? Where do you go now? He says, I'm still a warrior. I'll continue my war until my mission is complete. And next week I will bring my war to Apollo Crews. So we are officially getting Samoa Joe versus Apollo Crews next week on NXT.
Yeah, it was a weird. He made this weird statement oh, what do you think? Just because Finn Balor's still the champion, that anything's changed? I was like, oh, yeah.
You're not the champion, Joe.
You're not a number 1 contender anymore.
Yeah.
You're not number 2 anymore because you fucking lost.
We'll even jump for the whole number 1 contender thing. Dasha would interview Finn a little later, asking Finn, okay, you beat Samoa Joe, there's no number 1 contender right now, so who do you think you're going to be facing next? And he says, well, I'm a fighting champion, I plan on facing whomever, whenever, and there's a lot of talk about Shinsuke Nakamura, and I know Shinsuke, and if he ends up being the guy, then he just needs to let me know when he's ready, and I'll be ready. And I think we're all ready for that match.
Nakamura.
Yeah. We also find out that next week we will have the debut of No Way Jose.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what to expect.
I
know he's tall.
Dance party.
I know he's tall and he's got a Pitbull sounding theme song, so we'll see how that goes. We had Alexa Bliss take on Tessa Blanchard.
Woo!
This was fun.
Tessa Blanchard.
Looking good. Ricochet is a lucky man.
Are they still together?
Yes, they are.
All right.
Yeah. A good technical, very rough style match between these two. They were hitting each other pretty hard. Got some good elbows, some good punches to the face.
Tessa's Tess is very mouthy.
Yeah.
In a way that's not as entertaining as Kevin Owens, but
but she tries. But she was playing babyface.
She's trying, and also like she's like pterodactyl screeches when she gets hit.
There was one particular like strike to the back where Alexa must have hurt her real bad because she
just unleashed her inner Jurassic Park.
Like this was taped at Access, so I'm wondering if there were people like out doing something at Access, and all of a sudden you're
that was at Access.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, you didn't notice the end of it was all. Yeah, they did a really good job of making it look like the NXT arena.
No, I just thought it was taped at like where they did Takeover.
No, it was they literally had like a full section of WrestleMania Access that was built to look like the NXT arena at Full Sail, and then like the whole back of it was you could see extra lights from where the rest of Access was at. But Alexa Bliss would end up stopping Tessa Blanchard right in her tracks with just straight up choking a bitch.
And with crazy eyes.
Yeah. No, like, there's a picture right now.
Like
crazy
Luke
eyes.
Harper status.
Yeah, no, she's not messing around. Hits her with an STO, hits her with the Bliss flip, and picks up the win. So yeah, no, she ain't messing around no more. She's gonna be one of those next girls to head into that title picture. So
yeah,
she's getting that mean streak going. So she's gonna need it if she's gonna be taking on Asuka.
Yeah, I like the idea of her going against Asuka because it's gonna be somebody around like the same height as Asuka.
It's one of the smallest women's matches ever.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be one of the shortest women's matches that's happened in recent history for WWE.
Yeah.
Because I mean, WWE's got a lot of tall divas going on right now.
Absolutely.
Asuka and
Alexa
Bliss are not those.
No, they are quite the opposite. I'm pretty sure Alexa's the smallest girl.
Absolutely.
And Asuka's
if she's
barely
not,
taller than
the
Alexa.
Smallest, she's at least the.
I think the only one smaller than Alexa is probably JoJo.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm pretty sure Sasha doesn't weigh as much as Alexa Bliss.
No. Well, Sasha doesn't have as much of an ass as Alexa does.
No.
Thighs for days. Good God.
Booty,
anyway,
booty.
Moving on to a tag team match: Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. We like to call them Gargamba, taking on the Vaudevillains. A fantastic tag team match.
Yeah.
Gargano and Ciampa make an awesome tag team, and you get the great chemistry on the other side with the Vaudevillains who have been teaming together for as long as they have. Johnny Gargano and Simon Gotch getting into it with the wrestling bit.
Yeah, no, I really love that Gotch is so. He like glues all these matches together for whenever the Vaudevillains are going. You get somebody like I have nothing against Aiden English. He's good,
but Gotch is the standout.
Gotch is the one that really kind of like. He's the one out of the two of them that really keeps me interested.
Mm-hmm.
He shows more versatility, and so it's I'm more entertained when he's in the ring because I'm like, he's watching him like brawl with certain people versus watching him like, get down on the ground and wrestle Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Or get down and do like chain wrestling with Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, and it was fantastic work. Ciampa shaving off that mohawk. Maybe now he's officially signed with NXT. They're like, you gotta get rid of the mohawk. There's no more. You're going bald. You look like I was gonna say a more psychotic looking Biff Busick, but Biff Busick does look psychotic, so they could be brothers now. Bald head and just gnarly looking beards. But no, he comes in with just vicious shots, knees, forearms, punches, just knocking people the fuck down because he's Tommaso Ciampa. But Gotch ends up getting a blind tag, hoping to help Aiden English in the situation that he's in.
Yeah.
Aiden English able to get close enough for the tag, but ultimately get tossed out of the ring by Ciampa, then gets dove on by Gargano, and so Gotch tries to take advantage and get the better of Ciampa, tries to roll him up.
He goes for a schoolboy, gets kicked out, then Ciampa gets up and schoolboys Gotch.
Yeah.
So they effectively traded the same pin.
Yeah, and when that didn't work, Ciampa was like, well, I've got this armbar thing, I'm going to try this out, and does his bridging armbar, and Gargamba picks up the tag team win.
What?
They are officially on that roster. They are picking up some wins as a tag team, and the Vaudevillains are on the main roster now. So.
Well, they have a couple big tag team wins under their belt now.
Yeah, they do.
I'm trying to remember, who did they beat in the
the
tag tournament?
Wait, did they beat the Vaudevillains? No, the Vaudevillains went to like the semifinals or like quarterfinals.
Yeah, Vaudevillains lost to Dash and Dawes.
I don't remember. They lost to Corbin and Rhino.
Yeah,
I remember that.
They beat the first team, which was like shocker.
I don't remember.
Was it Neville and Crow?
Might have been. Maybe. We'll fact check that and it'll be in the video somewhere. We had Not Rich interview Tye Dillinger about his upcoming match against Shinsuke Nakamura, saying that, you know, I'm not competing against Shinsuke. Shinsuke is competing against me, the perfect 10. So when he goes home and
Seems a little full of himself.
when he goes home and gets all that fanfare because everyone knows that that's what he gets, the only thing he'll be able to say is what it felt like losing to a perfect 10. And just for the record, Not Rich is a 3. And I agree with that statement because, first of all, he's not rich. He's not
rich.
And he's not Rich Brennan. And he's not that great at interviewing. So yeah, I'll give him a 3. I might have even given him...
And he's got a tacky suit.
Yeah, I might have even given him less, but I trust Tye Dillinger's rating scale.
Well, Tye Dillinger knows way more than we do about numbering people.
Yeah, that's his thing. We had a big man match as Oregon boy Tucker Knight came in and took on the lone wolf Baron Corbin.
I should have remembered that.
He had some real good power moves. He had a good avalanche in the corner. A big man doing a Fez press, which is scary as hell.
Yeah. The one I like is when he gets to pull off his drop kick.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Tucker Knight's gonna do some stuff. We're excited to see him do some more.
And he's from our home state.
Yeah. He's
an Oregonian. He's like 45 minutes away.
Yeah, not that far away. It's where we get our tattoos. But Baron Corbin does end up picking up the win with the End of Days, seeing as how he is the main roster-bound guy. And, looking for some momentum on the Baron Corbin side.
Backtracking a bit, it was Tyler Breeze and Bull Dempsey.
Oh, thank you for that. That's why they won.
Yeah.
Then we get Jordan and Gable in the middle of the arena that they won the championships and talking about how, you know, so many big things have happened here and now it's the place where they achieve their greatness. Enzo and Cass come up and start talking to him saying, you know, we've seen a lot of really good tag teams come through, but you guys are awesome. Enzo is so in love with the tag team match that was at TakeOver. I've listened to him on the Stone Cold podcast. It was one of his favorite matches of the night. Like he's got to appreciate him, and with him and Cass being a tag team, but he puts it over a lot. And then they bring up the fact that American Alpha and Enzo and Cass have never faced each other, and so, you know, they give them the option. You can put the titles on the line if you want, but we just want to mix it up. And so we are officially next week getting Enzo and Cass versus American Alpha in a non-title match.
Fun.
So yeah, that should be an interesting match.
Enzo just kind of asking to get his ass whooped.
Yeah, a little bit. Then we had the former women's champion Bayley taking on Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's good. I'm looking forward to seeing her build herself up and become a main player in the women's division.
And she's a good wrestler too.
Yes.
I'm just referring to the fact that I think she's hot.
She is. Yeah, so...
It's a very hot-centric midweek wrap-up.
Morgan does give quite the disadvantage as far as size goes. Because Bayley is significantly bigger than Liv Morgan. But she does hold her own. She's got some good moves. She's able to wear Bayley down a little bit.
She's pulling some Kelly moves.
Yeah. No, she does.
She's got that handstand head scissors move.
Yeah. I think she does it better than Kelly does.
Well, she had a like a way better way to get into it.
Yeah, she back
did a handspring off the rope into a back roll.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. I watched another match of hers where she goes win against Peyton Royce, and she does a really good back suplex. And she tried to do that to Bayley, but Bayley was able to fight out of it, giving some elbows to the back of the neck, and then she was able to short arm into the belly to Bayley. Bayley picks up the win and gives a good old babyface speech afterwards.
Yeah.
Then we go
the crowd's still in love with Bayley.
Always. The crowd, except for that one douchebag in San Jose, is always going to be in love with Bayley.
Yeah, douchebag in San Jose. For real. I mean, I know it's been a fucking year.
We're going to remember you because you're the only asshole in the world that doesn't like Bayley.
I mean, for real.
Fuck off.
Consider this like a verbal slap on the dick.
I do not condone dick slapping, just so you know. That's all in.
Like, Roderick's strong level dick chop.
Oh, okay. I condone that.
You condone?
I condone dick chops, not dick slaps.
They're basically the same.
Nope, completely different. Moving on, we had our main event where Shinsuke Nakamura took on Tye Dillinger. This was such a fun match because, like, right off the bat, you know, the crowd loves both of these guys.
Yeah.
They're doing the 10 chant, and Ty's so into it. He's like, it's like, you hear that? They're chanting 10. That's for me. And then immediately the fans flip it on him, and they start pointing at Shinsuke, going, "He's 11," and Tye is not having it. He's so mad. And then you get Shinsuke doing his like his little fake out where he puts his head on their stomach and then he backs up and then he does the 10 and he turns it into his little like come on move. It's so good. I love watching Shinsuke Nakamura. It's just
he's so charismatic.
It's so much fun to watch him.
Which is such like a contrast from if you watch a lot of New Japan, most of the guys who wrestle a similar style to Shinsuke Nakamura, guys like Ishii and Shibata, who really focus on the strong style thing, you just get like black boots, black trunks, stone faced, no emotion, just forearms and
it's
kicks
just
stuff.
I just want to beat the hell out of the other person.
But Nakamura brings such a like flair and flamboyancy to that style of wrestling, which gives him just such a unique dynamic.
Yeah,
that's what makes a lot of people gravitate towards thinking Nakamura is such an amazing person, because his character, the way it contrasts with his style of wrestling is just kind of, you don't see it.
Yeah. It's
not something that happens very often.
Yeah, it's a whole nother level of entertainment, and it's fun every single time.
Makes me think of Billy and Chuck. In a way where they were very like they had the flamboyant they had the flamboyant pseudo homosexual couple gimmick, but when they wrestled though, they're very smash mouth, very in your face, physical style, because they're two very big dudes.
Exactly.
So it's a sort of a similar dynamic where Shinsuke comes in and he's got his dance moves and his goofy faces, but then like while he's dancing around and making a goofy face, he's also putting his knee through your head.
Yeah. Good way to put it. And eventually, he did do that to Tye Dillinger. He did hit him with the Kinshasa, and Shinsuke Nakamura wins his NXT TV debut.
Hurrah!
So, good episode of NXT.
So both him and Austin Aries are undefeated.
Yes. 2-0.
Let's have Austin Aries versus Nakamura now.
Yeah. Then, we move on to Lucha Underground.
This is where stuff happens with flippy guys.
Yes. This is
most of them wearing masks.
Yes. So we open up with Dario setting up. So last week we found out there was the trio of Dragon Azteca Jr., Rey Mysterio Jr., and Prince Puma. So now we find out that their opponents are going to be the team I like to call Taya and Johnny Cage, which is Taya Valkyrie, Johnny Mundo, and Cage. And Dario's trying to sell Mundo and Cage on, hey, this is a good thing, because think about it. Last year, Evil Son of Havoc and Angelico didn't like each other, and they ended up being champions. So if you guys can work together, you can win the whole thing. And
they're not convinced.
Cage is like, you know what? With or without them, I'm going to win this tournament. And he storms out. And then, Johnny's like, and
Crito's just like,
just win the tournament. He's like,
go.
I plan on doing that. By the way, Taya didn't accept a handshake from Dario, and he looked very upset.
Yeah.
And if you didn't get the memo, look at his nameplate, because he's kind of a big deal. But our first match was Killshot taking on Argenis. Killshot, we got some backstory on him, his military background last week, and now he's really taken like that mentality into the ring, where he's very tactical in his movements. He's a bit more focused on what he's doing, and he pulled out some crazy, vicious moves in this match.
Yeah, it's good. I've always liked Killshot since he came into Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that they're not like that. He's one of the few people that's getting like a gimmick reboot between seasons.
Well, he never really had a gimmick right off the bat.
Which is okay though, because he was just kind of like, you know, he was there to be one of the stereotypical masked guys with high spots.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wasn't necessarily a gimmick guy, but he was much more relegated to the idea of like he was a hood kind of character, because they had him with Big Rick in the back.
Yeah.
You know, and that was kind of their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is, you know, like Big Rick was the, you know, head honcho of the guys from the, you know, whatever, the hood or wherever they're from.
Then you had Mac the heavy hitter, and then you had the quick agile guy in Killshot.
So now they're giving him a gimmick, and to me it's a little weird when they do that. But you know, we'll see where it goes, if it actually ends up going somewhere,
see if they have an ultimate end game for it. But yeah, no, him and Argenis have a really good match, where, you know, he right off the bat kicks Argenis in the face and continues to do so on multiple occasions.
There's at one point he had Argenis set up on the top rope, and Argenis just smacked him in the face so damn hard.
And there was the top rope arm drag and an awesome dive. It was like the moonsault dive to the outside where he landed on his freaking feet. Killshot is just insane.
He did the running, gosh, what we call it, space tiger press, which is like the running frontwards running into like a moonsault over the top rope. But he had his arms down to his sides the whole time. Ridiculous.
It was just unbelievable balance. Just the ability to land on your feet and just look like a total badass while doing it. And then I'm gonna let you you get to call this, because Killshot wins the match with
I'm gonna call it a wheelbarrow prawn driver.
All right.
Because he started like the part that like is superfluous is he started him up in an electric chair position.
Right.
But then he just kind of propped him over his head and brought him into what would be the upward most angle of a wheelbarrow slam.
Yeah.
But then he like clutched the back of the head and flipped him into a sitting position, very much like the end of doing a rolling prawn hold.
Right. It was like a pile driver type of...
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a gnarly looking move, and yeah, that's definitely a finisher.
We'll call it the Super Teabag of Doom shooter. No.
We're probably not going to call it no. We find out some interesting things in the back.
Should we just call it the kill shot? Kill shot wins with
he did that. Shot? He did that double stomp from the top, and Vampiro called it the sniper shot.
Yeah. Shane Strickland calls that the swerve stomp.
Oh. You know, Shane Strickland and Killshot look kind of similar.
Yeah. They use a lot of the same moves too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Shane Strickland he's a good wrestler. If I could do those moves, I
think he might have like taught Killshot how to wrestle.
Kind of like how El Generico taught Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Kind of passing on some moves, you know. So we find out some stuff in the back where apparently Dragon Azteca Jr. and Black Lotus are both kind of working together, because Lotus knows more information about what happened to the original Dragon Azteca.
Because she did it.
Yeah, but so he says, how can you work with him? And she's like, well, I had to do something, otherwise he would have killed me. And so he's like, well, do you know what happened to my uncle? And she says that Matanza killed him, which is it's technically true, but it's not really true. And so Dragon Azteca tells her to keep watch on him. I feel like he's going against what Rey Mysterio told him to.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, Dragon Azteca Jr., watch your back. She's playing you. She ain't gonna help you. She's gonna turn you over to Cueto.
I thought you said she's gonna turn you over her knee
and spank the shit out of you.
We have Dario talking to a newcomer, Daga, talking to him about the Aztec medallions and what they symbolize.
And he's like, yeah, looks like a gold coin.
See, this was like a piss off Dario night. Like, everyone was just trying to get under Dario's skin. And so Dario says, this is a chance. And, I've heard a lot of good things about you, but I want to see if the hype is real. So I'm going to put you against the most ruthless, cold-hearted man that I know that doesn't have the last name Cueto. I'm going to put you against Tejano. And Daga comes back with, yeah, he's the only one you know because you haven't met me yet. And Daga and Tejano have one hell of a luchador match. Yeah. This is straight up lucha libre. This was my favorite Tejano match.
Yeah, if you get a chance to watch anything from this episode of Lucha Underground, I would urge it to be this match specifically.
Yeah. This is standout performance by Tejano.
All the other stuff is a little bit more star-studded comparatively, and the kill shot match was good, but this match for me was match of the Lucha Underground for sure.
Match of the Underground.
Maybe second pick for match of the week.
Yeah.
Or match of the midweek wrap up.
Yeah, no, just fantastic, just Mexican style wrestling. It was just so well done. Daga made a great first impression.
They didn't skimp on the salsa.
What? Okay.
Just roll with it.
Okay. Rolling with it.
They did a lot of flashy stuff.
Yeah.
They put some spice on that shit.
Yeah, but Daga just wasn't spicy enough because Tejano would ultimately hit him with the sit-out powerbomb, and Tejano wins the first of the 7 Aztec medallions.
Yes, this is the medallion with the honey badger on it.
God damn it. We are making our way towards that Gift of the Gods championship match.
I'm making my own medallions. One of them's a honey badger.
You would. We also find out that the disciples have been put into the trios tournament, and Katrina talks Mil Muertes into forgiving them for their failures a couple weeks ago.
How fast he it seems like he's like, okay, I'm into this idea, and then all of a sudden he changes his mind because he's like, rise, and they get up, all of a sudden he's like, leave.
And then Katrina talks to Mil because next week he's getting his championship match against Matanza.
Yeah.
And so she really puts over the fact that Matanza is unlike anyone he's ever faced before, and he needs to be more focused because he could very well be more devastating than the earthquake that created Mil Muertes.
Yeah.
And this makes Mil Muertes real mad, and he yells at candles for 15 seconds.
Yeah. No, she said it's going to be different than any other opponent that he's faced before, and it's true to a sense where this is the first opponent that I can think of that, he doesn't dwarf.
True.
Mil Muertes is a little bit bigger than Matanza, but, comparatively, to think, Mil Muertes was, going against Phoenix all the time.
And Puma.
Yeah. Guys who were smaller than him considerably. This is gonna be one of the few times where you get big power guy versus big power guy.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this match goes next week.
This is gonna be the way, 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 way better version of Mexican Goldberg versus Mexican Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
At Mexilmania 20.
Bente.
Yes, that one.
Then we have our main event, which is the Trios tournament match. This match is insane.
It was cool. I like it.
Lots of we don't fucking care about each other on the Taya and Johnny Cage team.
Yeah, well, obviously.
And just some great luchador work on the Flippy Doo team. That's what I'm gonna call them.
Team Flippy Doo?
Team Flippy Doo versus Team Taya and Johnny Cage.
Team Double Junior and a cat. Rey Mysterio announced this trio as Batman and wrestled this match as the Flash. Yeah.
So he's just gonna spend.
He's gonna keep bringing his old WrestleMania outfits back.
It's cool. I like it. Keep doing it. The spot of the match for me was Dragon Azteca doing a Danger Rana to Johnny Mundo off the shoulders of Prince Puma, and then Prince Puma following it up with the world's most distance on a 450 ever.
Yeah, it was like almost half the distance of the ring,
Yeah.
which you don't see on a 450 very often, because that move usually doesn't allow you to travel very far while you're doing it.
Yeah, because your main focus is to do the multiple rotations in order to, make it the 450. But yeah, being able to complete it and go almost halfway across the ring was extremely impressive. But yeah, just great work from everyone in this match. Taya did some great stuff. Her and Johnny make a really good team.
I felt like the whole time that Taya was involved in the match, like, I got this weird feeling from Mysterio that he never wanted to hit her. Because he never did anything to her except for like shoving her away and like counters to moves.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The very last thing he does is he runs off the apron and sentons her.
Yeah, the seated senton. Which,
and I was like, oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the closest. That's like the most violent thing he did to her the entire time.
Yeah.
Setting up the end here. Just there's too much to really call to go through the entire.
Also, you just Cage. You're a freak. That Samoan drop combo fall away slam.
Yeah. No, just
and then
got Puma on his shoulders and catches Dragon Azteca.
Catching Puma into what we call just a goddamn jackhammer.
Goddamn jackhammer. Just amazing stuff from Cage. But so the end.
If I
here,
ever pick a wrestler to be a personal coach.
Yeah, no shit. The end here. So we have. We have the seated senton to. Oh no, that's afterwards. So Johnny and Taya are both kind of down on the outside, it was Cage. Cage and Taya are down on the outside. Johnny ends up getting hit with the 619, then into the coolest tornado DDT I've ever seen. Dragon Azteca flew over Johnny's fucking head and hit him with a tornado DDT. And then while Prince Puma is going up for the 630, we get the seated senton to Taya, and then we get an awesome head scissors on the outside to Cage. Johnny ends up getting hit with not the best 630 because it was more like a. I think Puma took the entire move himself, but it kind of turned into a leg drop, and Team Flippy Doo advances into the Trios tournament.
Team Double Junior Kitty.
Yeah, Double Junior Kitty. DJC. Double Junior Kitty.
Double Junior Meow Meow.
And then before we go off the air, we have Dario talking to Matanza. He's locked away in his cage, and he tells him that that he's the most prized possession he has in the world. We need things to love in the world, and he loves his brother, and so he wants him to bring death to the dead and ultimately destroy Mil Muertes next week. And we get Matanza shaking the cage door and get real mad.
Rawr.
Rawr, grr, arg.
Fierce.
Much fierce.
Such violent.
So lucha. And that's it for the midweek wrap-up. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
And also, share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with anybody you wish.
And share, click all the links below in the description, and share all of that stuff. If you know, get the word out that we want people to know about our Facebook and our Tumblr and Twitters and Reddit and email and Instagrams. Yeah. And all this good stuff.
You know what else you can do? You can check out that playlist because that's got all the videos we do throughout the week.
Hell yeah.
Like right now, you got Raw Review, which was awesome. Bullet Club showing up on Monday Night Raw. Now you got this midweek wrap up where there's awesome matches all the way throughout. They come out tomorrow. You're going to get SmackDown.
SmackDown.
And then a couple days after that, you're going to get some indie news.
What?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
God damn it. He's
with
so
some
sure.
Shine and ROH results.
He's so fucking sure.
Yeah. You don't believe me? Watch last week's indie news. Because it'll tell you all the stuff that you're going to see.
Oh,
we always do indie news.
God damn.
So thanks for watching.
So much hype around this indie news now.
Yeah. Better be some damn good surprise results, bro.
Maybe.
I'll see if I got some on my own. That's later.
Do it with a party hat on or something.
Thanks for watching.
So exciting.
We'll see you whatever videos out. You better watch indie news.
Yeah. If you don't, I'm
Swear to God.
gonna hunt you down. Flip your omelet.
Yeah.
Sugar face.
I don't know what to end on.
I know what the fuck to end on.
What's that?
Fuck the Miz.
Fuck the Miz.
Fuck the Miz.